Siraj,
Hey!
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to shave my coin purse.
What the heck is he? And I can't believe he said that after going live. I'm keeping it clean.
That's your mistake.
A martini. Taken, but not panic.
Hey, welcome to Stag Show. This is Bob.
Ah, jeez, it's me, Miles. Yes.
It's Miles and his horrible, terrible impersonations. You know, you always got to try to steal other people's thunder, Miles. You know that?
Yeah.
You know, it's because you're like, hey, Siraj is here tonight, who does all these impersonations. But wait a minute,
Right.
So does Miles. Get out of town.
No, come on. He's the genius. I'm just the nothing, man.
Yeah.
I'm a nowhere man. Come on.
You're Jeremy. That's your name. You're Jeremy.
Jeremy.
No, just Jeremy. That's from Yellow Submarine. Jeremy's the nowhere man.
Oh, I thought you meant Ron Jeremy.
No, of course not. Yeah.
A woodchuck.
No, I meant Jeremy, the little blue guy from Yellow Submarine.
I only saw that once, man. Come on.
Got the hole in my pocket. You only saw it once. It's like a fantastic psychedelic cartoon.
No, remember I told you they were showing that movie on someone's house, and this like stranger just like laid by me, and he was telling me what the movie was about, and then he disappeared.
This sounds like possibly.
Sounds
Cowboy?
Sounds like Miles' own biography.
Yeah, I was gonna. This sounds a little bit like something that you have to go through the little saloon doors to get at the video store back in the day.
Hey, would you mind if I shared your blanket with you, big brown eyes? All right, well, come on in, man.
Yeah.
Let's make a tent.
Let's spoon while we watch the Yellow Submarine. You're like, oh, I don't mind. It's cold outside.
You know, they say you're not as... No, never mind.
What are you, like 34B? What is this here?
I was a small spoon. That was the really embarrassing part. I want to tell you what the Blue Meanies mean. All right.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh.
Why does this guy keep poking me in the back?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's my car keys.
That was Miles.
Yeah. My introduction to many things that night. Yeah.
What was it? The Rochelle.
Yeah.
Miles. Long journey
Humbert,
from Milan to Minsk.
My Humbert. Yes.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the Blue Meanies.
Dad, this guy showed up and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm going to tell you about this movie."
Off the street.
Yeah, I mean, this guy just literally like beamed down from like the Enterprise. He beamed down literally, and I went to go turn to talk to him, and he was gone. I'm like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, I'm sure that's what you said.
I'm like, "Siraj, come back, you son of a bitch! Where'd you go?"
I got roofied while I was watching Yellow Submarine.
I know. I think I did
by a homeless stranger.
I woke up the next day, and let me tell you,
yeah. I've never felt like that before.
Yeah.
I felt young and free.
I was wearing my pants. My blanket is my pants.
Woke up without my pants on. That was Williams.
Yeah.
For the Williamses. Yeah.
Yeah.
This girl we work with tells us a story about going to a party, and she says, I woke up without my pants on. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I woke up without my pants on. And I go, do you remember anything? No.
Wasn't she? She was dating her cousin. Wasn't she dating her cousin?
Yeah. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
They both had the same last name.
And they're both from the same small town.
They're both from the same small town.
That's weird, man. I'm sorry.
I think they got married.
Oh, God.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pinch hit with Siraj tonight.
All right.
I did nothing absolutely interesting at all this week. And Siraj did.
Okay.
Because Siraj went this is like called tag team. We're tag team storytelling here, and unlike you, who were tag teaming in a different way in your youth.
Yeah. Yeah, I got roofied though.
Yeah.
Here, drink this.
Be gentle.
You see, drink this. No.
No. And then, so Siraj went to the Kansas City Comic-Con. Siraj, you want to fill us in on what all happened? What all kind of hijinks you got into out there? I saw you. Can I say who you were with, or are you going to get into that?
Yeah, you can say.
You sure?
Sure.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know Miles, it would perk up whenever he heard that.
No. Talk slow, though. Talk very slow when you describe this, okay?
He wants to relish it, every second of it.
I'm going to loosen my belt. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I was basically at the Planet Comic-Con, Kansas City last weekend, and I got in through volunteering there. Yes.
Oh, you were one of the volunteers. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, one of the volunteers.
So did you have to sit at a table with people or no?
So I was volunteering for Celebrity Row. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's where all the celebrity guests come. And
you can do that?
I mean, you have to interview for it. Yeah.
Okay, well, tell me how to do that. Miles are slim to none.
Because if they have Jennifer Love Hewitt there, I'm doing it. You tell me how to do it, I'm going to do it.
The main question they'll ask you is, why do you want to volunteer at Celebrity Row?
Because I got a huge.
Well, the second question is, do you have any restraining orders against any celebrities? I think.
Yeah, Will Wheaton, he can go suck a fart.
Yeah, Will Wheaton's probably got a restraining order on you.
Yeah, he doesn't like me. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're like, here, Will, here's my autographed copy of Yellow Submarine.
All right, let the guy talk.
Yeah, so I volunteered. I had to manage like the back of the line because, see, the thing is, every celebrity has a booth, and you have lines of people lining up to meet them for autographs, selfies, whatever. So, there'll be like volunteers to manage the front of the line, which is at the table where the celebrity is, then the middle of the line, then the back of the line. So I was managing the back of the line, that too specifically for Christina Ricci.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So telling all the people where they need to stand. And man, it's crazy. I'm telling you, like both the days I volunteered on Saturday and Sunday, and both the days, like you had like 100 plus fans lining up, and I had to like manage those lanes and go into like overflow area.
Get your hands out of your pockets. What are you doing?
Talking about overflow area.
Yeah, like we had like across from Christina Ricci was. Do you know David Tennant?
Yes. Oh gosh, Doctor Who.
Yeah, he came as a celebrity guest for this Comic-Con.
Yeah, Kansas City gets a lot of really good celebrities. I've noticed over the last like 5 or 6 years, they really like bring them in.
Christopher Lloyd was there. Andy Serkis was there. Matthew Lillard, of course.
Oh, right.
Zoinks!
Scooby!
Siraj! Zoinks!
Like Scoob.
There's
a lot of ghosts in there, Scoob.
That's badass. You didn't tell me this guy was this funny.
God, I told you.
Fun fact. I got to entertain a lot of volunteers and attendees at the back of the line with my Shaggy impression, which you just heard.
That's badass.
Yeah, they were like, that's really good, man. Like, why don't you meet Matthew Lillard and show it? And I'm like, I would, but there's so many people who want to meet him, and I can't.
Yeah, you were like, I meant. Now the back of the line, was that the furthest away from the?
The
closest. Okay,
the furthest away. But I'll tell you one thing, because we did like such a good job of managing the lines and her table. At the end of Sunday, which is the final day of Con, and before Christina had to leave to catch a flight, she said she would take complimentary photos with all the volunteers who worked her line and her booth. That's that's how I got a pic with her, and I got to just appreciate her for her role in Casper, which was like the first movie of hers I saw as a kid.
That's a long time ago there.
Very sweet person and incredibly short.
Yeah,
too.
she's a tiny, tiny person.
Hey, what was the typical fan? Or was it like creepy, like middle-aged old men like Bob, do you think? Or was it more like younger, like, buff guys like me, you think? Or what do you think it was?
A good variety, Miles and Bob. Good variety. You had
Miles is the Bradley Cooper of this set right here. I can tell you that right now.
Bradley Cooper.
And then you had guys of my age. Then you had even the young fans. Yes, even the kids but with their parents. Now I don't know if it's the kids who are the fans or the parents who are like, "Come with me, kids. I'm going to meet Christina Ricci."
Nothing like a cute kid to get you freebies. Ask Miles.
I know. That's the key to get in.
Kid. Yeah.
No, bring a cute little kid because people love that, and you can cut in front of the line, and it's awesome.
Those kids gotta go potty.
Excuse me.
Meets Christina Ricci.
I'm like that guy in Titanic. I have a child.
Yeah.
Billy Zane. I'd pull a Billy Zane and cut the line. Like,
unfortunately, it's just your conjoined twin hanging out of your shirt.
Watto.
Yeah. So Christina Ricci it was great to meet her. I got to chat with some of the other celebrities, not like get photos, but just chat with them like a meet and greet. So I met Asif Mandvi from the Internship movie. Owen Wilson, Win Swan. He played the Google guy, the Indian Google guy.
Okay, cool.
Asif Mandvi. I met Carla Gugino.
Oh, yeah. Spy Kids.
Carla, and appreciated her for all her Mike Flanagan roles.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. And my favorite part, two favorite parts, I'll tell you. One is I met Bob West. He's the voice of Barney the dinosaur.
Oh, yes. Barney, yeah.
And I got to do my impression of Barney for him.
Do your impression of Barney for us.
Yeah. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family.
This guy's like Rich Little. Holy crap.
He's the Indian Rich Little. Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
But one fact I'll tell you is that though I did my impression for Bob, the first time I did it, he gave me an honest feedback because now what you're hearing is after he gave me the feedback, the improvement. But earlier he was like, you need to go a little deeper and relax the voice. Because the first time I did, I was like, I love you. You love me. He was like, it's not bad, but just go deeper and relax the voice.
I love you.
That's what she said. Yeah.
And once I did, then he was like, well done, much better.
Nice.
Then I got to show him my my reel on Instagram.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, I had to. I had to tell him.
Siraj, and he was like, that's the line. You crossed the line on that one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
He was like, that's wow. I mean, he was mind blown by it.
He was like, are you taking me to the airport? That's what he said.
But not just Bob West. You know Ross Marquand?
Yeah, from Walking Dead. Yeah.
Yes, and he's an excellent voice impressionist. If you see his YouTube videos, he has done like so many celebrity voice impressions. So I had to meet him and I had to just show the reel and say, hey, I need your
showed the reel to him too?
Yes, I told him I need your constructive feedback. You will be able to tell me from a pro to a rookie, does this sound fine? What could be done better? He watched my reel. He was like, man, I'm impressed. I just can't say anything critical about this. This is like really good. The only thing is with the Beetlejuice, because he does a really good Michael Keaton impression. So he was like, with the Beetlejuice, again, go a little deeper. Go a little deeper with like instead of like all you gotta do is say my name 3 times. You have to go like, all you gotta do is say my name 3 times. Yeah, like really deep there. But he was like really good.
Showtime.
It's showtime.
There you go.
All right. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, so I had a blast.
I can't believe you showed your reel to two people.
I had to. I mean,
I know. That's ballsy.
That's
Suraj.
ballsy. Very ballsy.
This is what happens when Instagram's algorithm doesn't give me more than 300, 400 views. I need to show it to other people.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. But
Mark Zuckerberg is to blame.
he's to blame for a lot of things, I think.
Who else was there?
So David Tennant, though, you didn't get to meet him.
No, because he was there only on Friday and Saturday, and Saturday is like the busiest day of the con, maximum footfall. So the lines are crazy because I told you some of our lines overflowed into David Tennant's area a little bit. Many people who came up to me were like, "Is this David Tennant's line?" And because I was managing Richie's line, so I'm like, "No, this is Richie's line. David Tennant's is just over there. Talk to those volunteers there." It was crazy managing like people from both.
Go see that guy with the glasses at the other end.
Yeah, this is Richie. We're in overflow. We're in overflow area for Richie, all the way up there.
You should have said exterminate. Exterminate.
Exterminate.
We are the superior beings. They'd be like, "Uh-oh, I'm getting the hell out of here."
Yeah, no kidding. Was it Davros? Davros, yeah, wasn't it?
Davros.
That was a bad guy. He was.
Yeah, he was like the little weird dude with
the Dalek guy.
Yeah, the Dalek. Exterminate.
So, I mean, how were you on your feet all day with this? Was this? I mean, what's the grueling schedule that you kept?
Yes, so my shift officially started at 8:30 both days in the morning, and went till like 3:30 in the afternoon. And yes, most of the time I had to stand, walk around, stand. The only time I get to sit is for lunch, which would be like at 12 or 12:30. So.
How many volunteers do you think they had?
For celebrity, it was 100, close to 100.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for the entire con, it would be like 700 at least across.
shit.
God. How many
Across
people
the
were
floor.
there this year?
As per the news, estimated is 70,000 people. But of course, official numbers from the con will not really go out.
Right. Yeah. Well, they never tell. So you were over there at the convention center, right?
But yes, the Bartle Hall in downtown.
Hall, yeah. Did you see that crazy statue of the ballerina? Oh my gosh.
And it's a huge hall, man.
Yeah,
I mean, like 10 football fields, and and despite so many people, it never gets it doesn't feel crowded because in India we have Comic-Con over there in India too, believe it or not. But it gets so crowded.
Believe it or not.
You have to push your way through people. You're like, move, excuse me, and no place to sit for the fans.
Right.
I mean, and they can't do like a celebrity row over there, at least for now, because I don't think the Indian fans would be as disciplined when it comes to seeing their favorite stars. It would be chaotic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like
do they have like ropes or anything, or is it just
over here? You mean?
Yeah.
No ropes.
Really?
It's all volunteers,
all
like
line tenders, huh?
Yes. The attendees are surprisingly disciplined, at least from my experience.
A bunch of nerds.
I'm glad they had this because I've gone to like some sports stuff and it's like, is this a line? Oh, we don't know. Like there's no one there to guide people. You don't know if you're in line or what you're doing. You know, I was like, thank God there's something at least organized. You know, like, man.
Miles goes to all these sports autograph things.
Cheap, the cheap ones. No, not the nice ones. I go to cheap ones, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Kansas City fans?
No, he's a
No. Take a pen and put it in your eye right now. Don't ever say that again. Don't
I
ever
watched
say that again.
I watched the Super Bowl, but I watched it as a neutral person for the first time.
Yeah.
I watched it as a conscientious objector.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think so. So then, where did you park? How did you get there? I mean, Bartle Hall is huge.
So
they do
my
have
dad,
parking underneath, but I mean, you didn't get to park there because that's where they want all these other people to park, don't they?
my dad did the drop off and pick up for me. Very
Pops.
kind of him.
Oh, get the
Pops
Audi
helped
out
you
now.
Pops helped you out. That is nice.
He's got the Audi out. Come on.
Now, what hotel do they stay at? The Lowe's that's right connected now? I bet that's where they stayed.
Yeah, I think it's like I forgot. But yeah, but yes, 5-star of course, and it's just like
Lowe's
2 blocks away.
It's connected to the convention center. It's was brand new at COVID, and it's a very, very nice hotel.
Very nice, and I mean, I'm just happy that I got to do it, and more than what I could ask for.
Yeah. So is this the first time you've done it, or have you done this for multiple years?
So I volunteered last year as well. That was my first time, but it was not with the celebrity row. This was my first time with the celebrity row. Mm-hmm. So last year I did panels. Like they have these artists and creators who will give talks and stuff to the fans. So manage that in terms of like the timing and making sure the desks are supplied and welcoming, greeting the fans. Then that was on Saturday. Then Sunday I did like the floor patrol where I got to just answer questions for fans and help them in any
That's
way.
What you said a lot, right? Is that a line? I don't know.
I actually did help them. If I wasn't sure, I'd always say, "Hey, I think information booth over there may be able to give you the answer."
This is Siraj. Yeah.
Why don't you give me your phone number, girls, and I'll see if I can work out something.
I can text it. I can text you an answer if you want to give me.
Yeah, if you want to just give me your thing there, I can text you a little bit.
555.
Last year we had a lost child, and she approached me saying that I can't find my parents, and then I took her to the volunteers bay, and I said, "We have a lost child here. Please,
There's a fat man
please help."
chasing me.
I want you in my belly.
He looks like that guy from The Walking Dead.
Otis.
But I did get to table sit for Chris Claremont, the X-Men artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I had so many people were coming to me. They were like, "Where's Chris? When is he coming back?" And I'm like,
I'm
"He's
Chris.
Yeah, I'm Indian. I'm the Indian Chris.
You want me to make an X for you? Sure.
Speaking of that joke, I did tell some of the volunteers this year that anytime Matthew Lillard is unavailable or if the fans just cannot get to see him, bring me in because I'm Matthew Lillard light with my Shaggy. I'm the free Indian Matthew Lillard.
Well, they wouldn't. You just say, "Yeah, I do it. I do Shaggy overseas." They would never know the difference.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah. And they'll be like, "Why are you doing it in English?"
And I'm like, what if I walk by Matthew Lillard's booth and I just shouted, "Like Scoob, there's a lot of ghosts in there, Scoob." he might get confused. He might be like, "Is that voice coming from my head?
Am I talking to myself?"
Nice.
Wow. Any other exciting? Well, now the funny thing is, the Kansas City one is bigger than the St. Louis one.
Wow.
Because I've been to the St. Louis Comic-Con back in 2018. And there definitely was not 70,000 people there. I can tell you that right now.
And who all came there?
That was what was the year Aquaman come out? Because
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Jason Momoa was there because I saw Jason Momoa because my wife wanted to go and I just tagged along.
She was like, Yeah, when she met Jason, was she like, nah, he's my brother.
Well, yeah. well, I think I told this story. So we went, and they actually had ropes, and it was a really long line, and it was like Disney World kind of a situation. But there was like a holding pen, and then it got narrower, and then it got to single file and everything. But anyway, when we went in, he was. I swear to God, he was high. I think I mentioned this before. If I didn't, now I'm divulging it. But he was like dancing around in there. Jason Momoa. They had music going. They had a photographer, because they did pictures, like professional pictures. And he had some friends in there with him. And so then you kind of, it's not a table. So this was like you couldn't see him. Everybody couldn't see him. And you go into like a little screened in area, like with draped off. And so then like there's people getting their picture taken, and then you're next up. So you're right at the door. And then, they hustle you in. And my wife told me, okay, here's what we're doing before we got to that point back in, she told me probably about 5 times or more, because we waited a long time to see him, because Aquaman wasn't out yet. And so it was very hyped. And she's like, you're going to stand far enough away that I can crop you out.
Ow.
So get next to me and then take a half a step over.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that's what we did.
Mm.
But he was very open for like a little bit of comedy. And so I'm standing there with my back to him looking at my watch. In the picture, but I stepped away so that my wife could crop me out if she wanted to.
Wow.
So, yeah. And
sacrifice.
Well, and it was very quick, and he put his arm around her, and then I was off to the side. So, it was a very humbling experience.
Humbling for you.
Humbling for me, yes. And I'm trying to think. I don't think he was taller than me. I'll have to look at the picture. I'm pretty sure I was taller than him. So
you have to be 6'2" or 3 then.
Is he 6? I think they say he's like 6'2", but I'm 6'1", and I think I was taller than him.
You're taller than me for sure.
And so, but anyway, it was. I have horrible knees, and so I was in a tremendous amount of pain after standing in line for hours. And but
didn't they start letting people cut, like if you have little kids you can go first or something?
Right. Well, yeah. He would, so because of his timing, he came out and people went crazy. He came out of his tent or whatever the hell you want to call it, and he brought kids up to get pictures because they were closing in on his time. We did get in, so it was, but he was like, kids were standing in this line. It was just murder. You know what I mean? And so he waved up the kids and got pictures with them, and then let them get out of line during that. He seemed like a pretty happy guy, but like I said, I think he was really high.
Sounds like Siraj.
Yeah. So yeah, and who else did I? But it wasn't super busy, and I saw Ernie Hudson, Ghostbuster.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he was there, and Kato Kalin was there with nobody waiting for him.
Oh shoot! I mean, when you say about no one waiting for him, I heard Brian Austin Green and Tori Spelling from 90210 both came to this Comic-Con.
Yeah. And
I just overheard some volunteers saying, why did they? Nobody was even there for them. 90210 saw yesterday.
Oh no, that's sad.
Yeah.
Miles and I were just talking about this before we came on to the show, to do the show, and we were trying to. Maybe you have some insight being a volunteer, maybe not though. So the understanding that I have is that the con pays to get them there, right? So they pay to get to fly them in and put them up, and then really they make their money though on the autographs, right? While they're there.
Yeah.
But the con, so when you pay your cover or whatever you want to call it to get into the con, that's essentially covering them to be there. Now, some people obviously, like when Jason Momoa was there, it was big money to get him to show up, right? And but some of the people, I would assume, like Brian Austin Green and Tori Spelling, they just basically cover their expenses to get there, and then they only make their money on what they sell, is my guess. Do you have any idea?
I'm not too sure about the money workings, but the other stuff you said about the cover and the autographs, pricing and stuff, you're absolutely right.
How much was Christina Ricci charging? Do you remember?
Yeah, she was charging $80 for a selfie, $80 for an autograph, and $105 for a photo op. That's like a professional photo shoot and believe it or not, I heard from one of the fans who got a duo photo op with both Christina Ricci and Christopher Lloyd as part of the Addams Family, duo package. She had to pay $250.
Oh my God.
For that. Yes. She told me afterwards, like, because I was managing the back of the line, and she spoke to me and she was like, yeah, I got a photo op, costed me $250. And I'm like,
wow.
Whoa.
No. No.
Miles is like, I'll give you
I'm too cheap.
$12.50, and I've got some leftover lifesavers from Christmas in my pocket.
So if you want to save money, become a volunteer.
Yeah, true. You said $80, right? But I mean, that's a whole day. Wow.
I can't stand that long though. See, I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I'd be like, no, I can't do it.
Volunteers in wheelchairs or possibly scooters?
You'd be surprised that there's a lot of accessibility and there's no discrimination on any of that. So I've seen volunteers who have like canes or I don't know about wheelchairs, but definitely the ones who are under the disability category. Yeah.
Well, some of my understanding is at the there at the convention center, the hall, that people use mobility scooters while they're working there because it's so huge.
Yeah,
they don't need it regularly, but it's such a large place that they get them because they're going to be worn out if they don't. So,
especially the founder of the Comic-Con and the very senior folks will definitely use that.
Yeah, I've seen Segways there whenever I've been there, and they got the golf carts for the maintenance people, but no, they have these little scooters they rent out, like rascals or whatever you call them,
Yeah,
for people to run around. That's interesting. Miles, do you have any suggestions there? I mean,
can you hey, listen, I'll work in any line, but if you guys could just hook me up with, Christina Ricci's line, that would be my first pick, but I mean, I'll do any line, but I mean, can you say that? Or they're like, well, no, you just, wherever we say you have to go.
So the thing is, in the past, Comic-Con, they used to allow volunteers to pick the booths or lines they want to work at. But now, over the last couple of years, it's been disallowed because of, the sheer madness and chaos and, because multiple people may want to work with the more famous or in-demand celebs. So they allot you randomly. And my luck, I got Christina Ricci. So...
Well, there you go. Nice.
Well, probably because you did it the year before, and so they're looking at like, okay, Siraj was here the year before. Let's. Yeah. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, I think it boils down to maybe a good tip is do the volunteering early in the day, at the start of the day, because then there's more scope. Because if you come for the afternoon shift, then. And suppose I'm already covering that, then people will be like, no, we don't need any more people for Christina Ricci. Go to somewhere else, wherever else, or just patrol the floor and ask any volunteers if they need additional help, assistance. So starting your day, then it becomes easier to be like, okay, you go there, you go here, and you really get to do the fun things rather than wondering, where do I go? Where do I stand?
Did they give you a food allowance, or you just got to go buy it at the concessions?
No, they give lunch for those who work more than for 6 hours at least minimum. They do give a free lunch coupon. So
then you guys go to one of the concessions and get something.
Yeah, they have a volunteers like green room, so they'll put all the food in the boxes of Subway sandwiches and cookies and chips.
I'm there, man.
If I can't be in Reach's line, can I just be manning the green room?
Yeah, because I'm not getting some bullshit line. Man. Screw you.
I mean, they do have volunteers just for checking in other volunteers.
Oh,
yeah, that would be. Well, that would be his luck. Would be he'd get that.
Well, but I'd rather have that than Tori Spelling line.
And you get to sit if you're checking in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a primo spot then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you're doing information booth, you can sit down as well.
Do they have people who there's people who help the celebrities, with their pictures and everything? Is that volunteers too, or they bring their own people?
Okay, so photo ops is like media team. They have a media team for that to take the professional photographs. But if you're talking about the table selfies and all of that, so sometimes the volunteers at the front of the line or at the table, they may take the photo for whoever wants the photo.
Right.
That's how it works.
But I mean, there's nobody sitting with them, like passing them things to sign or anything like that.
So every celebrity, they have a handler. That handler could be a Comic-Con side volunteer or a handler that the celebrity brings themselves. Like you would know the difference based on whether they wear our uniform or not.
Smell good or not.
Yeah.
Smell good. Volunteer.
Drakkar Noir.
Drakkar Noir.
But they do have handlers, to like manage all those autographs and writing the names down and serving as a liaison or a, what do you call it?
Can I get you a water, Christina?
Lady man.
Yeah, so that the celebrity doesn't have to do all of that actual work. It's just for them to say, hi, how are you? Thank you. Let's get a pic.
Want me to massage your wrist, Christine? Is that hurting from signing? I can see Miles doing that. Can I rub your feet while you're signing autographs? I'll just be here under the table.
Hey, I'll have I got to sit next to a celebrity. He invited me in.
Who?
Clint Howard.
Oh, that's right.
I got to sit right by him. I couldn't believe it. He's like, come on, sit down. I'm like, all right. I sit right between him and his wife. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was like,
his handler was his wife, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, I was like his pseudo handler. I wasn't even work there. I was like,
I think he was using you as a human shield.
Yeah. There's in case there's gunfire. I'm going to be this fat bastard.
There's a guy over there, and he looks a little suspect. So if I put this fat guy in front of me, the chances of me getting shot is slim to none.
This guy in the Bears jersey, I'm sure
this guy looks like
they'll kill him first before they get me.
He better sit down before he has a heart attack. I'm going to let him rest.
I still can't believe that happened. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
How'd that happen? I don't even know.
Probably.
I don't know. What a nice guy. What a super nice guy.
Clint Howard was a very nice guy, yeah.
I'd go see him anytime. I'd go see him again.
Now, Miles got to meet a famous, I believe he's Indian. And he's been in a lot of big blockbuster movies, Star Wars, a lot of Tim Burton movies.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah,
Deep Roy. Do you know who Deep Roy is, Suraj?
Deep Roy.
Yes.
Let me just Google it.
I can tell you if you don't know what
it is. Christ. Here we go.
He was all the Oompa Loompas in the new Willy Wonka version from Tim Burton.
Oh.
He's been an Ewok. Yeah. He's been, I think he's been in almost every Tim Burton movie.
Game of Thrones.
He's a little person.
No, I made that up.
Oh, did you? I thought he's been in that.
I want you to think about Peter Dinklage when I say
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
That's
he's a little person, but he's been in everything. I think he's fantastic.
I didn't know who the guy was, and I told Bob, and he's all like, "Oh my God, did you talk to him?
You talked to Deep Roy? I'm like, how can you?
Like,
How could you not know who Deep Roy is? He was in Alice in
I don't know.
Wonderland.
I'm like, yeah, he was in some movies, but I don't know what this is. You're like, oh, my favorite.
Yeah, I love Deep Roy. He's a fantastic.
I know. You were so jealous.
Actor. I know.
I'm like, yeah. What do you do?
Did you see his picture?
Yeah, I saw his picture.
You recognize him then now, don't you?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh my gosh, Siraj.
And you'd think India, all Indians should know each other. 1.4 billion people.
Exactly.
Oh, no, come on. We're not going to have that. Come on, no. We don't need that.
It's like a small community.
Yeah. I mean, I go to Costco just so that I don't have to say hi to people because it's going to be other Indians around who'll be like, what's he doing here?
Yeah.
No, I mean, because in this area, like the Americans and all, they're like, hi, how are you? And if I'm like ever tired of that friendliness, just go to Costco.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Miles, you have anything else to add before we wrap it up here?
No, I actually enjoyed it. Thanks for pinch hitting tonight. Wow, I wasn't even expecting this. I'm like, wow, that's really...
Well, you probably had a story. I didn't have a story this week. So.
No, I don't. I can't even follow that. I mean, I do, but I didn't want to follow it. I'm like, forget it. This is much more interesting than mine. I'm like,
okay. What were you going to talk about? Just give us the basics, the TV guide synopsis.
I pissed off my wife and her best friend, but
that's every week.
I know. Now they hate me. So
well,
we'll say that for another time.
Yeah. How they have not become lesbian lovers is beyond me.
I'm hoping, but
okay.
I've had a dream about it.